This week on the Spotlight, we flash back to a very young Joe Girardi. I was pretty young myself, too, in that piece of video. And then championship action in trivia from the SOC. And then we congratulate the city of Chicago. 1A, Providence St. Mel finished in first. 2A, Orr High School, first. 3A, Bogan, my alma mater, took second. And in 4A, Curie took third place. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. Welcome to the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Gilhooly's. They are one block east of Pulaski on 103rd Street near St. Xavier. Friday, March 29th at 8 p.m. The next one. This game keeps getting better and better. Music, movies, TV, sports, and more. Come play, eat, drink. And congratulations. We're back on the Spotlight at the SOC. More championship coverage. Final questions are going on right now. Let's pick it up in progress. Next up, the Roadies. Okay, 30 seconds. One of you get on the other side of me. All right, don't say it out loud. Make your selection by pointing. You have 30 seconds. You want that one right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick one.
Have a seat. All right. So the Roadies are up. They are playing Mariah Carey. Question number 1. She had 15 #1 hits in the 90s, but the one that was on the charts for 26 weeks was this hit. Are you going to play 5 seconds.
All I Want for Christmas.
All I Want for Christmas. So sorry. The correct answer, Dream Lover. Question number 2. And by the way, if you get the next 2, you take the lead. Her birth year within 2.
Whose birthday? Mariah Carey.
Christ. Was that really asked?
72.
70, you get it. And now for the lead in the game. For the lead in the game. She got to #1 in 05. 35 weeks. She was on the charts with this 3-word song. 5 seconds. Going. Going.
Dream Lover.
Okay, We Belong Together was the correct answer. You got 1. So let's hear it for the Roadies. They finish at 16-20. And then there were 5. Okay, the next team up, 80 free. Okay, one of you on each side of me. Okay, you have 30 seconds from when I reveal. Point to it, don't talk about it.
I can't read these.
What can't you read?
Oh,
Chicago Streets.
yeah. What's that one?
Dave Grohl, Rihanna.
2008 what?
Sports.
And 63 NFL?
Yeah.
Wait, we can go that one though?
Yeah.
Or this one.
15 seconds.
Which one do you want, John? I don't understand.
Yeah, go that one.
A or B?
What's A and what's B?
I don't understand.
Well, you pick A or B.
A.
Okay, you got it. All right, the SOC 80 free has picked Chicago street addresses A. Here you go, 80 free. Question number 1. You got to be within half a block. You got to be within half a block. No, that's not even true. You gotta, half a block makes no sense. Because I'm not going to give you the number. I'm going to make it easier for you. I'm not going to give you the street and ask the number. I'm going to give you the number and ask the street. 4300 West in Chicago. You got to hit it. Going. That's 44. Okay. Question number 2. 4500 West. Five seconds. Kilpatrick? No. It's Kilbourne. Okay. 4700 West. 5 seconds. Going. Kilpatrick. So 83. Thanks very much for playing. They finish at 1660. And here's the interesting thing. If everybody comes up with wrong answers for the next 12 answers, 83 wins. But that's what they need to happen. It would be borderline miraculous. All right, we continue. 00 night out, send up your 2. One on each side. 30 seconds.
Ready?
Make your pick. 15 seconds. Tough.
Thank you. Wanna do that one?
All right, we're good. All right, so 00 Night Out has chosen 2018 TV. Here we go. Question number 1. Sandra Oh plays an M15 officer, and she's dealing with assassins. What's the 2-word name of the show?
Killing Eve.
Killing Eve is correct. So now you're going for 1500. In the finale of this series, the series is now over, were they foreign agents? Were they not foreign? That was the question that went on for the length of this series. What was the name of the series?
The Americans?
The Americans is right. And now you're going for 3,000. Bobby Bones, a performer. He's on Dancing with the Stars. What's his day job? Five seconds. Going. Out of time. The answer was radio personality. But you got 2, so you climb to 2770. You lead the game now. 4 teams are in the books. 3 teams to go. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the family dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage.
We're back on the Benkowski Sports Spotlight, and maybe it's because the weather is broken and the friendly confines are a funner place to be, especially from the fans' point of view, but the Cubs are on a resurgence of sorts, and Joe Girardi is here to tell us a little bit about it. Joe, during some of the tough times when your pitching staff was really struggling, how much of the heat as the catcher do you feel that you say you want to make the perfect call, and it seems like a lot of it's on your own shoulders?
Well, I feel some pressure. You just want to help the pitchers out as much as you can, and you feel bad for the pitchers and you feel bad for the club, so you put a little pressure on yourself to get as much as you can out of that starting pitcher on that day.
You know, as Zimmer has said on several occasions, it hasn't been to this point where you could get the pitching and hitting together. You know, you see Andre Dawson and Ryan Sandberg, Sean Dunston amongst the league leaders in batting average and homers, and you say, geez, this club probably should have a better record. How much of it does fall upon the staff?
Well, I think all teams that win, the pitching is solid, and our pitching this year has been a little rocky, and we've had some injuries that have hurt us. So if the pitching comes along, I think we're going to have another good year. They've showed some good signs the last couple of weeks, and they're coming, and I think we got a big start out of Pico and a big start out of Bosque, and that's what we need, to turn this around.
Now, it seems like there's some stabilization after you got over the injuries and understand that Sutcliffe doesn't figure to be back for quite some time, and you know that Harkey's going to be out for a while, so you're over that hurdle. Now, I'd like to get into a little bit of the strategy of it. You got a lot of young pitchers. They look to you. They're never going to shake you off, at least probably not. So as you control the game, what are some of the key things that you look to do and maybe improvements you need to make in the calling of the game that's going to get these guys challenging hitters and avoiding maybe some of those 3-2 counts?
Well, I think the most important thing is we have to keep the ball down. Sometimes we get the balls up, and that's when we get hurt. In Pittsburgh, we were up a lot and we were behind a lot. And the most important thing for these young pitchers and for us is to be ahead and be down. And as long as we're down and ahead, we got a great infield, we got great speed in the outfield. Thick grass at Wrigley Field is going to, it's going to eat up some of those ground balls. So if we can keep the pitchers ahead and down, it's going to be to our advantage.
Are you experiencing it more this year than any other season in your career, the ability and the knowledge that you are the field general and you're controlling what's going on out there?
Well, last year I kind of split time with Rick Rona, and then when Damon was healthy I caught about once or twice a week. So yeah, this year I've been pressed into full duty, and I enjoy it very much. It's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the #1 catcher at Wrigley Field. And I don't really feel more pressure this year. I think there was more pressure last year because it was in September that I was catching most of the time, and during the playoffs I feel much more relaxed, and I think we're going to turn it around. I'm very positive about our pitching staff and about this club.
I've heard some critics say that one of the problems with the Cubs has been that, and not to put it all on your shoulders, but a young catcher will tend to call the kind of game he likes to see himself pitch to. And maybe in tough situations, maybe you'll call for the fastball instead of the curveball in the dirt. What about a critique like that, and how do you respond to that?
Well, I don't think so. I don't consider myself a young catcher. I spent 3 years in the minor leagues, 4 years of college. This is only my second year in the major leagues, but I don't look as that as an excuse. I wouldn't be here if I didn't deserve to be here, so I have to do the job, and I have to call the game that I'm supposed to call. I go over the hitters with Zim and Dick Pohl and the pitching staff, and we know what we want to do in certain situations is just making the pitch.
How much of the improvement in the conditions as you get into the real heat of summer, how much of that will help the Cubs?
Well, I don't think we can use the weather as an excuse because the other teams had to play with the weather too, but the pitchers are going to feel a little more comfortable out there. They're not going to get stiff in between innings, so hopefully that will help them. And as they pitch more, the younger pitchers are going to gain more confidence in themselves, and that's what's important.
I guess I was thinking more of people like yourself and some of the other hitters who, when the wind's blowing out, you can tend to get them up there and jet stream, and Cubs win a lot of high-scoring games.
Well, I don't think I'm a home run hitter, and most of the home run hitters on this team, like Rhino and Hawk, they can cut the wind, so it doesn't really matter. I don't mind when the wind blows in because I think it helps our pitchers, and that's what I look out for first. I don't look out for my batting or the team's offense. I'm worried about the team's defense and how our pitching staff does.
What would you like to be at all-star-wise? We've heard talk of 500, but maybe a little bit above that?
Sure, you might as well shoot for the best while you're there. I think we just have to approach it one day at a time, and if we do that, I think we'll be okay.
Final question. Your overview of the race so far. It's kind of weird to a lot of people who thought it was going to be a Mets, Cardinals, Cubs kind of a race, and it's completely upside down, where the Phillies, Pirates, and Expos are the top three teams. Why has it turned around so much so fast?
Well, those three teams are playing great. That's why. Pittsburgh has good pitching, and they have a very solid lineup. The Phillies have a very solid lineup, and they've got some surprises on their pitching staff that's done very well. And Montreal's running all over the place. I think they're leading the league in stolen bases, and they're an aggressive ball club, and they got some great players. People forget about Tim Wallach and Galarraga and Raines, and they got some great players. And, the Mets, us, and the Cardinals have been struggling most of the year, and we just need to kick it in a little bit.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
So, of course, he went on to be a reliable player, was a Yankee, and then successfully managed the Yankees for quite some time. Back with more in a moment. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and a fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You've got to get to the Sock. Live Bidkowski Trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's.
We're back in the spotlight in the Blackhawks locker room, and yes, we're in the laundry arena. I can't say their home record is spotless, but certainly they've been excellent at home since the goal eruption has occurred. 21 goals in a 3-game span, and Mike Keenan is happy about it. Many of the players are happy about it. A focal point, let's take you back a couple of games ago.
In a normal game, when you score first at home, as Steve Larmer does here against Vancouver in the first period, you're in good shape. But this wasn't a normal game. It was already tied at 1 apiece when Vancouver winger Robert Crom beats Dominik Hasek, and the Canucks were suddenly leading 2-1. Uh-oh. Still in the first period, the favorite Finn, Jyrki Luma, 3-1. Canucks lead. Now remember, this is the team that the Hawks beat 8-0 just last season. Must have been a great between-period speech by Mr. Keenan, because it was quickly 3-2 in the second. Jeremy Roenick's beautiful setup here makes easy work for Michel Goulet, who scores his career 490th. It was tied at 3 apiece. Roenick lights it up.
Hard to believe the Blackhawks had gone ahead 4-3, but wait, there was much more. Now, Ed Belfour is sitting up somewhere in Saginaw, Michigan, and he must have been enjoying the sight of Dominik Hasek fighting the puck and losing the battle here. Vancouver's Ryan Walters scores, and the Canucks were down by only 1. But Mr. Ultra-modest Steve Larmer nails his 6th career hat trick. The third goal of the game makes it 6-4. And the big celebration with the hats on the ice, hard to believe that Steve Larmer left the locker room before reporters had a chance to even talk to him about his great game. Still late in the second period, the old buddy, Turkey Luma, scores on the power play. Vancouver again is close, down only 6-5. But into the third period, new defenseman Steve Smith, with all those Stanley Cups at Edmonton under his belt, uses his combined knowledge to light it up. Hawks ahead 7-5, but it stayed crazy as the Canucks, with Jim Sandlak scoring here, cut the lead to 7-6. And although many tense moments by the Hawk defense late in the game, it ended, Hawks winning it by that margin. What about it, Chris Chelios?
It's nice to get the 2 points, and it is a start, and Vancouver's been playing well, so you can't take any credit away from them. So we played a pretty tough team, being 3-0, and came on top. There were some positive things with the power play and the intensity, but we got to play a lot better.
Once the goals started rolling in that second period, it's like a runaway freight train. What do you do at that point?
Well, the crowd gets behind it, and I think that's, we kind of got excited a little bit. I don't think we've been excited yet this year, and that's what we need to do is, Lerms and Jeremy and Michelle got us going there and kind of rubbed off on everybody, so hopefully we can pick it up where we left off.
Were you flat the first period?
Oh, we come out in the beginning, we got the first power play goal, and we hit the post, and that's the way things are going right now, and you just got to keep working hard, and hopefully we'll get the bounces when we start working hard.
You got the win, right?
Yeah, actually, there's 7-6. It's not the kind of score you like to see, but we got the 2 points. We beat a pretty good team.
We asked Keenan about staying with the goaltender when he often makes a change in a high-scoring game. Did you think it was an important win for Dominik to get under his belt?
Well, there's a lot of pressure on Dominik and Jimmy, with the absence of Eddie, and they're both rookie goaltenders, and to build their confidence. I think that's the best thing we can do for them right now. We can help them out. We've got to help them out a lot more than we have been.
There's no doubt we're happy about the win tonight. We didn't play a defensive game that we wanted to, but 2 points is 2 points. We'll take it any way we can get it at this stage. I think it's a matter of time before the team improves their defensive style and gets back to the system that they're accustomed to over the past few years.
I've been asking some of your teammates about what it's like when a team gets on an offensive roll and the game opens up as this one did. In that second period, you almost had to resign yourself that it was going to be a shootout.
Well, I think it's got to a stage at this point of the season that guys are pressing a little bit, and we were taking a little additional chances. I don't think it was completely necessary tonight all the time, but there were some breakdowns defensively because we were in a little bit of a rush. But I think at this stage there were some guys that lacked a little bit of confidence in the scoring department, and they're now fired up, and it's a good thing for us.
You've got to get to my newest show, X's and O's, live trivia alternate Fridays at 6 p.m., 7800 West 79th Street. Music, movies, TV, sports, great food, and great drink. See you there. Lenny Q's Barbecue, trivia alternate Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Daily specials, catering too. It's at the Lansing Municipal Airport, 3249 Airport Drive. I'll see you over there. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. You've got to get to Renata's Beauty Salon. They cut hair for men, women, and kids, and I'm among them. Open 6 days a week. Walk-ins welcome. Easy to reach at 125th and Western Avenue. Maybe I'll see you there. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, Great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. Mark Burley put his name in the White Sox history book with the first no-hitter in 16 years. He no-hit Texas, faced the minimum number of batters, and we talked to him at the Sox Fest about pitching, his season, and 2007 in general.
Well, I think we got this rotation that goes back to the playoffs. Obviously, when you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. As you can see, in 05 with us and 06 with the Cardinals, no one gave either team a chance. So I think we have the team and the starting rotation to get us back there, and I'm getting ready. I mean, we got 2 weeks pretty much after this weekend's over. We got 2 weeks to get down to spring training report, so I'm getting pretty excited.
Of the new guys, who are you most familiar with, and who do you think has a pretty good shot of getting that fifth spot?
I mean, just hearing rumors. I mean, Cliff Floyd's name's thrown out there. Some younger guys like Danks. I don't know much about some of those guys. So I think it's gonna be an all-out battle in spring training. And Kenny and Ozzie and Jerry, all those guys may have their say-so on who it is right now. But I think right now it's kind of open, and they got to go in there and battle for it.
What will it be like coming off the year you had? My personal feeling is it'll be low pressure, and if anybody, the Tigers will have the pressure to win in your division.
Well, I think it's the same way with us last year. I mean, when you win a World Series, I think the following year you're going to have the pressure of trying to repeat, trying to get back to the playoffs. But yeah, I agree with you. I think the Tigers are going to have the most pressure since they went to the World Series and represent the American League.
What does that mean to your team? Can you kind of get off to a hot start, sneak up on people, and make a dent real early?
Just go out there and, I mean, can't really worry about the other teams. It's such a long season that I think if you do get off to a hot start, you can't really sit back and get comfortable. You gotta keep on battling the whole season. As you can tell with Detroit, they got off to a hot start last year, and Minnesota ended up catching them. So I just think it's a long season. If we get off to a good start or a bad start, we just got to keep on concentrating, just realize it's 162 games.
What will you do differently in 07 compared to 06? I know you had such a great run of 16 wins, 18 wins, 19 wins. How will you get back to that form?
I ain't going to change anything. I'm going to do the exact same thing, and hopefully I don't miss my spots as much as I did last year. And if I do, hope guys don't take advantage of them like it seemed like it happened every time last season. So I'm going to go out there. I've trained this offseason just like I always do. I'm going to go to spring training, be ready just like I always am, and hopefully things change for me.
What about your lineup? You got a couple new faces, but not that much. What do you like about your lineup?
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, with Pasednik being out for a couple weeks, I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but Kenny's done an outstanding job the 6 years that I've been here, and he's been here that putting the best 25-man team on the field.
You've got to get to Moods Bar and Grill, a great place where I do trivia alternate Wednesdays. Exit 19 off I-94 in Portage, Indiana. Great food, great drink, and especially great people. They've weathered some tough storms. When the weather is worse, they show up the best. Moods Bar and Grill in Portage. This week's show is brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop at 108th and Kedzie. Get all your car work done there like me. The Lansing Floral Shop is the place to go for all your floral needs. Call 708-474-1212. Huck Finn Restaurants, a huge menu, open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 105th and Cicero, and 67th and Pulaski. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch, very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.